Hello my friends, I hope you're well. In this video, what we're going to teach you is a masterclass in yield farming. So let's say you want to start a new yield farm. You've got some capital in your wallet. No matter what you have, you can even start with $100. I'm going to tell you step by step exactly what you have to do. I make over £100,000 dollars per year yield farming. In the bear market, bull market, it doesn't matter as long as you have the right strategy. This video is going to be like unlike any other, but in order to make money in yield farming, you have to have a strategy in the bear market and the bull market. Right now, the memes aren't doing as great. There are some that are floating around, but the coins itself aren't doing great. They're falling. So what should you do? Well, when selling is happening, people still need liquidity and they still need to pay fees. So you can capitalize while everyone's selling on the fees being made. So if everyone's selling Bitcoin, you can capitalize and earn Bitcoin. If they're buying Bitcoin, you can obviously provide the Bitcoin liquidity and people will swap it into whatever USDC. So no matter what the market is, the values might fall, but the yield is still there. So in a simple step-by-step process, what you're going to do is you're going to grab I'm going to use Orca because we can customize the range. You can use whatever you want, Radium, Pump Swap, or whatever it's called. You can use, even if you want to use Meteora, that's fine. It's totally up to you. But Meteora, you can't really customize the range as well. So I find using something like Orca is fine. So if you've got some money in your wallet, for example, what you want to do is find what you want to yield farm. Let's say, for example, we want to yield farm Sui. Let's try and find a Sui pool on here. So we got Sui wormhole, and what have we got? We've got a TVL, maybe not Sui. Let's just go with Bitcoin itself. That's the best example. Now, this one is yielding not great. So let's buy some Bitcoin here. So always grab the contract from here so you don't buy the wrong thing. And let's go with some some Bitcoin. Let's go with $50. For example, you can obviously buy whatever you want in the amount, but the key is you must be DCAing in. That's step number one. Do not buy your whole position in one bag. You saw I had what, $4,000, something like that. You could say, oh, I'm just going to buy $4,000. What happens is the price of Bitcoin falls. So you're going to say over time, I want to put in $50 a day. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to not go to full because that's just for a very long term. We're going to go with a 1%. Now, you might say, oh, we're going to go out of range. But here's the kicker. What you're going to do is you're going to start off with 1%. And you're going to go with 1%. You can even go for way, way less. Let's find a Bitcoin USDC pool. Wrap Bitcoin. And let's go with a pool here. Now, if you paired it with Solana, you're more likely to stay in range. But we're going to go 1%. And the reason we're going to go 1% is for this reason. When it falls out of range, all we're going to do is double our position. And what I mean by double our position, let's say you've made your pool. Here's our pool now. If it goes out of range, let's say it goes out of range, all you're going to do to stop you losing money is remake the pool. Whatever is in here, sell it or half or whatever, and go for 2% now. So when it goes out of range, you go for 2%. And if it goes out of range again, you go 4%. So this way, at some stage, you will get your money back, basically. And then you go for 8%, 16%, and you may end up with a full range percent. Yeah. So you just double every time. Your range gets larger and larger. So in a way, you DCA in to the position. This is the only way to actually do well. Now, you can see if we stay in range at 1%, which is highly unlikely for a long time, we're going to do very well because we're earning 0.5% on a Bitcoin, which is incredible. You can't earn that anywhere. You can barely earn that per day on traditional finance or some meme coins even. So this is really, really good. But what we're going to do is we're just going to hold this position, see how long it lasts, and then double as we go along. This is the way you build basically a really, really good yield farm portfolio. There's no other way. The best way is when you start well. If you start off a pool, and I've started off a pool recently that hasn't gone well, is because I didn't start with this strategy. This strategy is single-handedly the best way to break into yield farming for beginners. And as you get established, you can play with the yield. I might think, okay, I think Bitcoin's going to drop to 80K. I'm happy to do a large 20% range to start off with. But if you're new to yield farming and you actually want to start making money from it, do that. Don't be afraid to compound even just a few cents as well, because off $100, we're not going to do anything well, but we're going to slowly build up our portfolio, and then we're going to increase as we go along. So I hope this video has been helpful. I wish you all the best and take care.